You are listening to ReachCast, your weekly stop for the latest and greatest in the PlanetSide 2 universe.
Welcome, everyone. It's Monday, September 24th, and you are listening to the episode 1 of the ReachCast show, your weekly stop for the latest and greatest in the PlanetSide 2 universe news. I am your host, Torx, and with me tonight are my co-hosts, Knox and Derringer.
Yo.
Hey, everybody.
Since it's our first episode, I wanted to give all you listeners a quick synopsis of what we're about. We're going to be a weekly show that covers the latest in the news and rumors surrounding PlanetSide 2 as a game. And we'll do some general tips, tricks, and some personal experiences of our own thrown in for flavor. We're brought to you by the Imperial Reach outfit at the imperialreach.com, which kind of signifies the name ReachCast. And if you looking for a friendly Terran Republic outfit to join, just hit up imperialreach.com and you can talk to one of our recruiters. We currently play on the how do you say this, Knox? The Misto beta server?
Themisto, I think. Something like that.
Alrighty. So as will be our general kind of, wow, I'm completely lost track of mine. As will be our normal our norm, we're gonna go into patch notes first. So today is the 24th of September. The last general or the biggest patch that's happened to the game in recent history happened on the 20th. So we're going to kind of go over those patch notes real quick and our thoughts and stuff on them. Why don't you kick us off, Knox, on some stuff?
All right, cool. So we're not going to read the notes directly, but if you guys have some time, I'd highly recommend reading them because SOE is officially the greatest patch note creators on the face of the planet. Or I guess they are, not is. And they're pretty entertaining. They put a lot of jokes in them, lets you get through them without too much pain. So I guess I'll start off with some of the general things. There's new certs for vehicles, infantry pilots, and TR and VS have had their weapons for infantry buffed.
Okay.
On top of that, they also threw in some bug fixes, go figure. Anybody who's used them knows that the rocket launchers didn't used to have iron sights. Well, good news, now they do. Also, instant action. You used to never know where you'd end up. They fixed that. You can actually choose the location you want to spawn now. Finally, vehicles will actually appear on your mini-maps now. How many times have you been on your Liberator, Torque, and not seen the vehicle you're trying to bomb?
Yeah. Look down at the mini-map like, oh, I see stuff below me, but I don't see anything on the map. I'm confused. Along with the instant action deploys, like I'll deploy here and I'll be like in the middle.
You
like,
drop in the middle of a TR or a VS and NC battle, and you're like, I'm the only one here.
It's happened. I'm like, what is going on here? I'm looking at the map. I'm like, I'm nowhere near where I pointed out.
And they'll drop you on the wrong side of the base.
Yep. They did some big class patches too. With this patch, engineers got a bump to their armor kits. They basically convert into using armor kits. All engineers concerned to using armor kits now instead of buying them. What else? Medics. All medics can cert into getting buffs for their heal. I'll call it a heal gun, whatever you want to call it. But you can heal faster, revive faster, and they also give you certs to res maxes now. But I think when you res them, it looks like you only get them back about half-life. So be aware if you res up a max, still got to heal it up or an engineer's got to be around. The heavies got they're able to search shielding now to increase damage reduction from their nanite mesh armor. If you're looking into certs, that's the name of it. And also they can cert in to get more rockets, carry more rockets. You carry 4 by default. I think you can cert to carry 3 more, so 7 total. Which, I'll tell you what, I was using a skep launcher lately, and because of the hitboxes on the vehicles, the skeps, you have to they can hit them you can hit them from a pretty long distance, but you got to hit them with a lot of rockets. So those additional rockets will be nice. You can cert into them. The infiltrators got a buff. Their hacking has changed a lot. You can also hack equipment terminals now. So if you're in the middle of a base, you can hack up an equipment terminal and change out people around. You can change out their loadouts. I thought that was pretty entertaining.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, and you can cert into increasing the speed at which you hack turrets and everything else. Now they give the option inside the certs. They put them into the game now, as of this patch. And they made a cloaking change. In general, infiltrators will take more damage now when cloaked, but you can also, in turn, cert to move faster when you're cloaked, or cert to actually reduce damage overall when you're cloaked, like an armor increase. So you get those 2 options at least now, versus just having the option to cloak like you used to. The things the maxes got were, well, I'll call this a nerf and a buff. Let's start with the positive first. Buff, you can buy a flamethrower now for 8,000 instead of, I want to say they were either 16 or 25. I want to say they're like extremely expensive. I think they're in like the 25 range, but you can buy a flamethrower for 8,000 Araxium now. The nerf, which is pretty hefty, is that they actually have a resource cost and a spawn timer now.
Yes.
So, I'll tell you what though, I personally haven't seen a resource cost associated with them yet. When I'm spawning one, they do have a timer, but no resource cost that I've seen.
What?
Yeah, I might be wrong. I'll have to take a look again tonight. I haven't played with one for about 2 days, but last I checked, that the resource cost isn't there. But that's just it. I mean, they did some vehicle stuff too. Is that yeah?
So, got some vehicle changes. There's certifications to increase the amount of ammo you can store and the reload speed to increase that as well. We got everyone hates how their Scythe, Mosquito, and Reaver just sinks to the ground. You can now cert to let those hover, which is pretty sweet. Now you can sit on top of a base and just annihilate everyone without having to tap your space bar constantly. Injection certs for air, so if you're piloting one of those guys, you don't have to be light assault to survive now. You can
I didn't see that. You can like eject and like land with like a parachute or something?
You can cert out, and I guess it'll drop you off like if you're one of the passenger seats of the Galaxy.
Oh, nice.
So that's pretty slick. We also have mine protection for tanks. So I haven't seen anyone ever use mines, I guess. But they're really expensive if they're proximity mines that infiltrators can use, which are like 480 certs for some reason. But mine protection, you take reduced mine damage on a tank now if you certify for it. And then
don't forget its slogan, Mine Guard. If it blows up, it's probably your fault.
Yes, very true. We have some aircraft certs that increase the stealth capabilities of your ships, that reduce the range and increase the lock-on time from the locking on rockets.
Assuming that's the air-to-air rockets and like the heavy infantry. What's the other? There's an anti-air launcher they have, kind of like the anti-ground skep launcher, but there's an anti-air one too.
I would assume it's that stuff. I don't really know. I haven't used any of the locking on stuff. All tanks have increased armor. There's some new alloy available.
Beautiful patch notes and their reasoning for these things, yeah.
And then
do not taunt the new alloy.
Yeah, you guys got to read these notes. They're actually pretty good. All pilots now have magnetic fields that protect them from flak. So all that crap that would kill you in not even a second It takes a little bit longer now. You can maybe get away. I actually got away in a mosquito earlier today. I was quite surprised. And then everyone knows how much we hate scythes and reavers and how broken they are. The rocket pods shoot more slowly now, which is pretty sweet. And the Skyguard magazine has been reduced to 40. I actually never used one. I guess it was probably 50 or 60.
I don't remember, but they were super powerful. You could shoot forever. I do remember like having that problem. I'd fly by something, they just keep firing at me forever.
Yeah, and the recoil's been reduced too, so that's pretty sweet. Liberator. No longer made of paper mache. They don't blow up as soon as you get into the battle. It's awesome. You can actually kill some stuff before dying. So that's a good change. Mag Riders, hate them. They have some stupid thing called mag burners that are now standard issue, and there's certs to make them better. Whatever, who cares? Prowler.
I think the Mag Rider thing was they give them like a boost real quick, like a quick like boost forward or to right or left now, where you can.
Because they needed that. There's a frontal armor buff for Prowlers, so that's pretty good, but we'll still take it up the rear pretty hard. And bigger splash damage from their ammunition. Sunderers, this is the big change everyone's been waiting for. You can now spawn from them for only 5 certs. Good change. Galaxies don't have that anymore, or it's a lot of certs. I haven't checked, but
no, you can still spawn outright with Galaxies at the moment.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a rumor. Oops.
Yeah. They said that it is a rumor. Well, it's not a rumor. It's verified by them, but they just haven't said when. They're going to take away spawning from Galaxies eventually, as default at least, and it's going to be, I think the quote was, buried very deep in the certification tree, so that you'd have to really be like a specialty Galaxy pilot in order to get spawning to work from him.
Cool. What's the word on the cloaking field? Are they going to get that like Planetside 1?
They talked about that for the Sunderer. So the Sunderer or the battle bus.
Oh, yeah, sorry. The battle bus or
battle
party.
bus, or yeah, we're
party bus.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. It's going to get they said they're going to put an option for cloaking on it, certification wise.
They seem much tougher in this game though, so I don't know. It'd be sweet to have it though. I liked those fields.
Those have been, I think those have been things they've been talking about. We haven't seen any of them in the game yet, so at this point they are just hearsay, but they are hearsay from devs. So I mean, take it for what it's worth with a grain of salt.
Indeed. So Sunderer cost has also gone up from 200 to 450 since they're significantly more useful now. And last but not least, the Vanguard now requires certification to get the shields, and they require an equipment slot. So do not forget to equip that before spawning your Vanguard, or you'll cry a little bit.
Yeah, so they used to be standard just having shields, which made them so hard to kill and why it was extremely noticeable. But now at least they're requiring certs to do it now instead of them just being outright just god-awfully powerful out of the gate.
Yeah, they're kind of normal now. they're still pretty tough.
They are pretty tough.
All right, so we got some weapons changes now, Danger.
Yeah, we definitely had some weapons changes. Mostly it seems like Vanu got some increases. Their projectile speeds are going faster now, and pistols are doing more damage. I don't see any changes to the NC, but the TR definitely got some buff damage to the carbines, assault rifles, and repeaters. They also made some changes to the world design. Facility capture times have changed. They increase based on the amount of influence and size. That's not what she said. They confirmed it.
That's like an example of what's in these notes. I think the quote was something like, facility capture times have been increased based on influence and size, and before you say it, we verify with all sources that is not what she said, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I was linking that one to friends don't even play this game. I was like, this is why you should play Planetside. Boom! They all loved it. It was good.
They also redesigned the warp gates themselves, making it easier to board your allies' vehicles with less chance of being run over.
Yeah. I do like their changes to the warp gates. I like the design a lot better than they used to be.
Definitely better than they were.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, I don't know if anyone who's listening hasn't noticed that, you probably need to get your eyes checked.
Yeah, it's like a huge change. Massive change.
So I think we got to give some props to this guy, Radar X, who wrote these patch notes.
Oh, is that who wrote them? I didn't look at who.
Yeah, Radar X.
Yeah.
They're definitely some of the best ones I've ever read. But let's move it over to things that we noticed that were not in the notes.